for men because honor always nyim here honor the yenya boda ni eroko. So we are actually looking at a few tips for turning on a guy. One, make him feel sexy. If you really want to turn on a guy, you need to be desirable by him. If he finds you desirable, you always turn him on. So knowing how to turn on a guy, so also knowing about how to stroke his little ego. Men you what ego see ya. And to say no when you're far, na catch oh and you ready. Now America is not just about for the youth, for the married couples as well.
That's the main reason why we do this.
Of course, and your youth and because we are tired of this side chicks and side hen. The ladies are always complaining about how the men are going away and are going off with other women. So, the married women, they should take note. Well, if your husband is handsome, just go ahead and you made it. You just tell him, I like your cute smile. There's nothing wrong with telling your husband that he's looking handsome.
Yeah.
Or is it?
No,
there's
there's
nothing wrong with
that.
You can tell you have great shoulders. I like your mustache.
You see?
Yo. I feel that you can. And he feels sexy around you. Into there on no compo door.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I want to crap or you feel. The bond is also tight. So no need keeping it from him. Just compliment him every now and then.
That is it. That is it.
There's nothing wrong with it. Do it often and often and often. And then reveal your wild side. What's that? Sometimes, especially when we get married after a while. That's why side chicks, reveal your wild side. Before married, but you are wild. You are all over the place. He's enjoying you. But after
adventurous.
Yes, after marriage, so sometimes you just have to pull a few strings. Sometimes,
get loose. Allow
yourself. Yeah, I like the word. Allow yourself. Bring out your wild side. I mean, you baby wild plan. You start by winking, as you told us in the previous year. You wink, and at least or stimulus, yes, sphincter muscles as well, and then you laugh out like you don't have a care in the world. You are in the mood, you smile mischievously and do things out of the ordinary. On cry and fell, it's almost so no woman ya was also
beautiful.
Yeah, so you can do that, and then you just do something out of the ordinary. Missionary style, or you're comfortable, but then sometimes you have to do something different.
That is why we take you through the exclusive sex position, so you can know some more.
You're
just opening your brain so you can know some more.
Yeah,
you can know some more and explore and allow yourself. I mean, there's a lot of great things in making love. A lot of great things. We'll be learning those things as we go along.
Flirt with him. The fact that you've been married for a while doesn't mean you can't flirt with your husband or your partner for that matter. You go out and you flirt with him. You feel you are still attractive. Okay? You've got all those curves. Show it off.
Even I can say to have boom car, you can still show it. You can still show it.
Oh my!
It is still you.
Okay, and then show some skin. This might sound a bit shallow, but then show some skin when you go out with your partner, your husband. More on your you're comfortable, but show a little skin, a little cleavage. It's not bad. I mean, kind of go over the top and more on you, but you are just trying to attract his.
But the thing is, if that is what he likes, if your husband wants it, if your husband likes to see things like that, why hide it?
Why hide it? And you know, and then you find a way how show a little skin. There's nothing wrong with it. Your husband, you're in the company of your husband. There's nothing wrong with it. And then this is the part where you try to be hot in bed. That's in the bedroom. You talk dirty, you touch. I mean, use your fingers, your hands, touch him all over sensually. But when he's in another heaven, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh yeah, we take things for granted. You feel that you need to put in a little effort. Experiment with him. Try new things. Be a lady in the street, but be a vixen in bed. That
is it.
Yeah. In Barbara and but you are still on the road. Be a lady. Yeah, you are a lady, of course, but you don't pay more. Now, you are there.
Show the craziness.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And he's going to learn a few moves as well. It is going to be a win-win case. It's sure not so up a this year. Into one day, I find a win-win case. Munina, show new moves, and you are going to enjoy yourself. And then you take control. You take control. If you try to turn a guy on in bed, you need to take control once in a while. And yet they be at least my own there also. But Daddy likes to be in control most of the times, but then once in a while, you take the reins.
Mr. Funny, you know, or what you in there? What friend and say a Timbia or a initiate. Sometimes the men just want the woman to just make the move.
Of course,
the man will feel there. You are interested in us. You also on your Timbiana. I am asking.
Yes,
the Timbia or demand and all that. But if you also make the mover. Oh yeah, very interesting.
It's true.
Okay, are we done? Or
yeah, we just this testing you on your man. Your man will definitely find you a lot more desirable and sexy.
All right, that was Settle's Corner that you just listened to. I'm sure you have learned a great deal of stuff from that. And I tell you, we are coming back in a bit with something exclusive. This is what we do on Adult Class that is unique to the show on GNTV. For the next 1 year or so, we are going to take you into an in-depth teaching on sex. Today, we are going to start talking about sex, and then we would look at the benefits we get from sex. We'll look at the types of orgasms we have. That we'll look at the types of sex healing positions. We'll look at it. We are going to talk even about the sexual response cycle, all the details. We are going to go step by step and teach you everything you need to understand. All the misconceptions on all the myths that you have, we're going to clear them. We're going to make it so clear and so simple to you for you to understand that sex is a good thing. So we'll be right back after this break, and when we come back, Mr. Smooth will take a seat, and then we'll get into his classroom. We'll start a new session today. We'll be right back after this break. Class, and this segment we are calling it Mr. Smooth's Classroom. This is where we actually teach you the things that you think you know, but eventually by the end of the class you know that you do not know, because here we learn new things. For the past 8 weeks, the adult class has been on, and we have looked at the physical features of a man and how you can describe a person's sex organ type, and sex organ size just by looking at the person's face. And I'm sure we went through all the details in the past 8 weeks. We looked at the different types of women shapes, body types. We even looked at the type of legs, the type of the form that women have. We look at the nose, the lips, the hair, and everything that you can use in identifying a person's sex organ size, sex organ type, and also the person's sexual drive. Now, after looking at all those things, when you choose that person that you intend to live the rest of your life with, how are you going to do what we call that sex? How are you going to understand what we mean by the word sex and what it actually means? So, we are starting a class today, and in this session, we are talking about sex. So, I will just look at it here. Sex. That is what we are looking at. Now, we need to understand a few things. The word sex means differently to different, it has different meaning to different people. But what we on the adult class will be looking at is, we'll be looking at sex as involving not just penetration, but oral and also touching as well. We are not going to limit the definition of sex to just penetrative sex. We are looking at oral sex, and we are also looking at all other forms of sex. But what we on adult class will not look at is any type of sex that involves same sex. That is, we are not looking at men and men, women and women. We are not saying we are against it. We are not saying we support it. But what the adult class is doing is, we are keeping our teachings on heterosexual men and women only. That is the caveat we are setting for this class. Now, what we would also want everyone to understand is that whether you are whatever, gay or whatever, we are not really concerned. What we care about is that you understand this. Sex is like the breath of life. That is what I want you to understand. That sex is like the breath of life. Sex is so vital to the continuous existence of human beings. And without sex, we as human beings will just get finished. Everything on earth will just disappear if there was nothing like sex. Even trees have a way through which something sexual happens for them to reproduce. So sex is very vital to the very existence of every living thing here on earth. We should also understand that sex is also joining of energies. Two people joining their energies together. And the only act in this world that a part of a person enters another part of another person. I don't know what other thing in this world that a part of my body will enter into another person's body and then produce another human being. It is only through sex. So this cannot be an act that is not important. Let's get on to the PowerPoint presentations. I'll sit for a while and then we'll go on. Now, we have established that sex is so vital to humanity, and as well as our mental well-being. Sex is vital for it's vital for our spiritual evaluation. So it's also spiritual as well. It's not just physical. Sex is a function that is generally unavoidable. So those who are celibates or those who are practicing celibacy, we'll get to that point when we'll talk about celibacy and its pluses and minuses, if there are any. We'll look at it as we go on with this course. But it is something that is unavoidable. As we grow, we will have the urge. And even when you are growing as a young person, at a certain age, you get that urge. Even when there are no women around, you get that urge. That is why you can even have a dream orgasm. And people call that a wet dream. It is not spiritual. I'll show you why and how some of those things happen as we proceed with our class. It is also a source of healing. It's a source of joy. It's a source of happiness. And sex once done well, would make you live long, and it's not supposed to cause any pain. What incorrect sex does is, incorrect sex is sex that is used as a weapon, sex that is used for promiscuity, sex that is used for immoral profit generation. Those are unhealthy sexual practices. You may not like me for that, but that is the truth. Sex is not a game for the unmarried. It is a game for those who are married. And as we continue, you will understand and agree with me completely that that is it. Now, it is important to understand that sex will give you long life. It will make you happier, it will make you healthier, and it will also make you wiser. So, on my PowerPoint presentation, you have the sexual glands. I am not talking about sexual organs. I'm talking about the sexual gland. Now, the sexual gland for the woman is not just the vagina. The vagina is just a passage through that we get to the sexual glands. The sexual glands of the woman are the ovaries, are the uterus, are the cervix, are the fallopian tubes. Those are the sexual glands for the woman. Those are the most important part of a woman for regenerating energy and regenerating life, because energy is life. For a man, it is not the phallus. It is just the prostate gland and the testicles. I am going to show you today how a man produces sperm. Yes, so that you understand that the penis is just a tube that carries the fluid out. So the sexual glands are endowed. The sexual glands that I just mentioned, that is for the woman. I'm talking about the ovaries, the cervix, the uterus, the fallopian tubes. They are empowered by God to create, and it is used for creation. It has the power to create and God's intelligence to organize life. The only way God can organize life is to empower you and I, our sexual glands, to be able to function well so that his creation can continue. So if this is the purpose for which God, besides the pleasure and besides producing children, sex is also used as a source of energy, which is in our system, which is in our body, a source of life. It seriously means that sex can never be something that you can call dirty. It's very, very important. Our sexual glands, or our sexual organs and glands, are where energy and the life power are concentrated and generated. You heard me. I'm saying that the sexual glands that I mentioned about, that is the area where our energy and life power are concentrated and generated. So we need and we depend on our sexual glands to support our mental, physical functions. We need our sexual glands functioning properly for us to be, and then also become physical. Because without a properly functioning sexual gland, your body won't function well. Now, you should understand that life will definitely end if every sexual gland is not functioning well. Life will end. If all our sexual glands are not functioning, life will simply end. And then also, the sexual glands produce hormones. They are the fire which help rejuvenate our cells and our tissues. They are like a fire. I'll show you as we go on. It's like a stove, and without a stove you can't have fire, and without fire you can rejuvenate, you can recreate our cells. And then we should understand that the sexual gland, once your sexual gland is functioning improperly, your tissues and your cells will and they'll get bad. And then once they get bad, mentally, physically, you can't perform. Once your sexual glands get bad, everything inside you get bad. Mental and physical aspect of the body become tired. Yes, with time we become tired, we become depressed. I mean, when there are negative feelings, and anytime you become tired, you become depressed, you lose energy. And when you allow that to continue or persist in your system, that is when the aging process begins. That is where the aging process begins. And as we continue, you get to understand that God made us to be immortals. But we, because of our own attitude, we kill ourselves. We don't eat well, we don't drink well, we don't sleep well, we don't do the right things, and eventually we just degrade ourselves and tissues. And once you fall sick, you definitely will kill yourself. So all these problems can be prevented or corrected by a functioning sexual gland. So if your sexual gland is functioning well, you can fix all these problems that I am talking about by sharing true love, by giving true love, and by receiving true love. Two people can learn to understand God's nature well. That is the only time that we can understand God well. But do you also know that our DNA would only split well when there's arousal, orgasm, love, and compassion. At the moment your body is experiencing arousal and it moves from arousal to an orgasm, and there's love and compassion, then your DNA will split well. Your cells split well when you are having arousal, orgasm, love, and you are showing compassion. That is when your cells split well. So anytime you are thinking negative, or you have any negative emotions, or you are depressed, you are stressed, your DNA will not even split well. And when your DNA is not splitting well, your cells are not healthy. You are aging, you are growing, you are poisoning yourself. But you see, after all these beautiful things that our sexual glands do for us, most people see sex as dirty or sinful. So how can God do these wonderful things with our sexual glands? I'm not even talking about our organs, even though some people abuse the organ, with our sexual glands, and they will think that sex is dirty or it is sinful. And when some gentleman like me, I'm sitting on TV talking sex, I am a bad man or a bad boy. No. Sex is a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it is God's creation. It is vital. It is vital. And I tell you, if you understand these things, you would understand God. You would experience God when you understand these things. Sex actually gives us wisdom. Sex and sexual energy can improve your health. It can harmonize your relationship, and it can even increase your spiritual realization and thoughts. As we go along today, you see how important it is to be circumspective with your sexual glands and the way you engage in sexual activities. The human being cannot exist unless there's continuous supply of energy. You are dead if there's no energy in you. And I can say for a fact that life cannot continue if there's no energy in you. And it is an indication of you being alive. So here we are saying that breathing, talking, eating, sleeping, drinking, hearing, all these we achieve them because we have energy and we are alive. Yeah. Because if we don't have energy and we are not alive, we will not be able to hear, listen, and eat and whatever. We will not be able to do it. So we should understand that the bone, all the structure we have, it is just a mass of cells, living cells. And if these cells are weak, you are sick. From all the activities we do, whether it is physical, it is supported just by the energy we have. And as we continue to do it, even while you are watching television, while you are listening to me, you are losing energy. You are using energy. And we receive the energy we need from the food we eat, from what we drink, and even from the air we breathe. We receive energy. So we should understand that there are certain parts of our bodies that are responsible for maintaining these energies in our body. Now I have a schematic location of all the 7 important glands in our body. We have the pineal gland. The pineal gland is, some other people call it the third eye. Okay, the pineal gland is directly linked with our spirituality. It allows one to communicate on the spiritual level. Yes, that is what the pineal gland does. Allows you to communicate on the spiritual level. And then also, we have the pituitary gland, which is in charge of our memories. That is what the pituitary gland does. It takes care of our memories. And then we have the thyroid gland, which is in charge of our growth. The thyroid gland is in charge of our growth. We have the thymus gland, which is in charge of our hearts. And we have the pancreas, which takes care of digestion and all those things. We have the adrenal gland, that is on the kidneys, that helps us with circulation of water and all those things in our bodies. And then also we have the sexual glands, that is in charge of producing semen, sperm and eggs and fertilizing it, and a womb for a newborn baby to be born. So I want to show you something here. Yes, this one. You can see I have a bunch of test tubes with fluids in them. All I'm trying to say is every one of them needs to be filled up because they communicate with each other. If you overuse one of your glands and then it drops and the system is unable to balance itself so that all of them come into equilibrium, you are sick. Because they communicate with each other, they share the secretions, they share the fluids, they share the bloods, they share the communication, they are linked together. So if your sexual gland is not functioning properly, it will have an adverse effect on your adrenal gland, on your pineal gland, on your thyroid, on your pancreas. And then eventually you are falling sick. That is one important thing that everyone should note. So it is important that you always keep your body in equilibrium. It should be balanced. That is why when you masturbate as a man or you masturbate as a woman, all you are doing is masturbating just the tip of the penis or the corona and the gland or the clitoris. When you are doing that, you are just stimulating the thymus gland, which is the heart. And once you overstimulate the heart, it will cause an imbalance in the other other glands, and it causes disturbances in the entire body. So it is one of the reasons why masturbation is not correct, especially if you are masturbating just the tip of the penis or the clitoris, because then you are creating an imbalance. The sexual act itself creates a balance in all the organs, because from the tip of the vagina all the way to the uterus, and from the tip of the penis all the way to the pubic hair, we have reflex points that link to all the glands. So while you are having sex, you are stimulating all the glands, and that keeps your body in balance. Also, we should understand that the body is like a battery. When you are alive and healthy, you are fully charged. Alive and healthy, you are fully charged. But the thing is, a dead person has a dead battery. When your battery runs out, it's just like you have a mobile phone. Once you drain your mobile phone's battery, your mobile phone goes off and you can't do anything with it. But normally, the body is fully charged by the time you wake up from bed. But you know what? Unhealthy sexual practices are a very important cause of wasting of this vital energy. Unhealthy sexual practices are a ways of wasting this vital energy. And then also, negative emotions also deplete an enormous amount of this energy that we have in us. Negative emotions like anger, like hatred, like jealousy, like being so petty and fighting all over. You just deplete all the negativities. All the negativities. Yeah. So all kinds of energy loss, like diseases, they actually cause you to age. Without energy, our cells and tissues stop regenerating. That is without energy. So once you just mess it all up, you just lose it all up, all you're going to do is just lose your life. You're going to die. Under normal circumstances, our battery should be fully recharged when we eat, or we drink, or we sleep, or a combination of all the three. Eat, drink, sleep. Our batteries are supposed to be charged. But unfortunately, some people do not eat well, some people do not sleep, and some people even don't drink good water. So what happens is your battery runs down. And once your battery runs down, what happens to you is your tissues start going bad, your cells start going bad, and then the aging process begin. And once the aging process begins and you start falling sick, definitely death is what happens to you. But under normal circumstance, we are supposed to be immortals. We are supposed to be immortals. We're not supposed to just die off like that. So the body is capable of resisting all these things if you have a very solid immune system. If you don't fall sick, if you don't get small illnesses, you won't die. So all we need to do is to prevent our immune systems from breaking down. And you know what? Sex and your sexual glands help you rebuild your immune system. You didn't know that, but I just told you. Healthy sex would help you rebuild your immune system. We don't have too much time. I'll just do one last one and then we'll end for today. This series is going to go on for, like I told you, a whole year. We're going to teach you all the things you need to know, and then when you get out there and you are practicing healthy sex, you know that you're going to live long. One thing you should know is that everybody is 100% charged. 100%. You are healthy. When your battery drops to 70%, you start feeling miserable. When you drop to 50%, you'll be hospitalized. When you drop to 20%, you have to go to intensive care. And then when your battery is between 10 and 0, you are about to die. When it hits 0, you are dead. You are dead. So it is important, if you want to live long and prevent all these things from happening to you, then you would have to eat well, you have to sleep well, and then also you would have to practice healthy healthy sexual practices are what you also need to rejuvenate your cells, to make you live healthy, longer, and happier. We just went through a wonderful session, and we are saying that sex is life. That energy in you that you use in walking, talking, watching this show and listening to me is your sexual energy. Once you drain it, you will lose your life. It's been wonderful, and I am sure that you learned something that you didn't know. That is exactly what the adult class is here to teach you. At this juncture, we are going to pause, and then we'll take a break. We'll come back with the exclusive sex positions for you tonight. It is on adult class. We'll be right back after this break.
This is what it looks like when the pundits meet.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
That song, I don't think I've done justice to it.
What's the word? We're supposed to have the pre-order season. But
today, we see Christians making an impact in the entertainment industry.
The Christian Entertainment Review Show has been designed to interrogate issues about Christians across the world.
This show will influence, educate, and inform perspectives on Christian entertainment through the lens of the Word of God.
So now, you know that your Saturday evenings just got better as we bring you the Christian Entertainment Review Show. I am Ninoy.
And I'm Ahmed Akwa.
Join us this and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
as we delve deeper into issues on Christian entertainment and lifestyle.
Not only in Ghana, but across the world.
Preach a man, you don't preach about it.
Oh my papa, Jai Felicisia. Oh my papa, can you make it? Jai Felicisia. Esan so man papa dwumadie no eda yakoma so nti afi de ye tiesi monten so ye ba be nante e de afa akwantempon so hyase afim kran na ye de akopsi ifimfiri mantemu akowie mu ewo eye atoy mantemu asan de aba be sinkran abra me ni Mosiah wono de wono wo yo nantefo a wonante ekọ wiase afa na nyina nanso esan se wo man papa dwumadie da yakoma so nti no enkro mebere wo ho a yedura ye no manfo no be kambu na ya prapra krom atu efiase sei na Mosiah ewa wo ka che
Amawafa fede mote sanitation ambassador kano e frame Mosiah enyina yetu enhu esu o se de nante no be ba pro de be du bia no nkoko kwa so de be du bia no ye be ten ho abom ne ani amanfo no aboa ne yetu tia tia fi Ghana nte be hia mboa
we ni dwumadi a ebe koso ne sai nti afa ya fene na ye ntimi fa dwumadi e nyina emrew wo betimi afre ahoma egu feed no afeni nyina na eni mpanifo ntete nkomo na wo so bra be kan ho de so yemi na yemfa omamba pa dwumadi no omamba pa jai fili yetu ya